You're joining us on YouTube, joining us on Twitch, joining us on Facebook. Got you on TikTok right here. Y'all stay with us, man, over here on TikTok because that's where the after show coming. The title tonight is going to be the top 5 questions men should ask women before agreeing to going on a date with that woman, man. To the guys, this is my Men is the Catch. The Men is the Catch series. The men are the catch series. Men need to realize they are the catch. It's not the other way around. Now
Whatever, man.
This gonna piss Rhonda off, but we got to get into this thing tonight because I'm telling y'all, we are going live. No other podcast is giving y'all content like this. No, no other content is giving y'all content. No other podcast. No other. So let me let me go on YouTube real fast while we get ready and just upload my.
Sorry, y'all.
No, you fine, Ron. Let me just upload my. Let me just change the titles on YouTube and Twitch, guys, and we are going to be ready to jump right into this thing. All right, we are live. Let me just change the. Okay. What's up, everybody in TikTok land? I'm coming over there to you. Let me set up. Okay. All right, guys. We in the game. Hold on. Let me put my playlist on relationships so people can find us. Almost there, guys. We are live. Welcome in, guys. Just setting up the backstory before we officially hit record. Appreciate y'all joining in. Let's get into this thing. Let me do Twitch and then we'll be ready to go, guys. Looks like everybody's sound is good. Let me just update the title on Twitch. Okay. Okay, almost there, guys. Rhonda, you there? You good?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Let me just change these tags out on Twitch. And we almost ready. Boom, that. And relationship advice. And then relationship advice for men. All right. Here we go. We back in the game, guys. All right. Rhonda, just give me a testing real fast.
Testing.
Okay. Mauricio, give me a testing real fast.
Testing.
Nice. Sounding good. All right, guys. We're about to go live, guys. Tonight's topic, y'all know it, top 5 questions a man must ask a woman before he agrees to get into a date with her, go on a date with her. Get these 5 questions out of the way. This is because, guys, this is our series. The man is the catch. We must get back to that. The man is the catch. I know y'all gonna argue with me in the comments, especially over here on TikTok, and I'm gonna get with you. As soon as we come over here to the after party, we recording for YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook over here. TikTok, I got you right here. Y'all make sure y'all follow us, share the live. Make sure you follow Rhonda and Mauricio too. I think we ready to get into this thing right now. Everybody got a drink?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
I don't think we need one, but
That's a
okay.
big gulp. That's a big gulp right there.
That's water.
And everybody
That's
got
water.
their drink. Yes. Let's get into this thing. All right, we in the building. Let's do it. We live. Okay. Fellas, let me be real with you. The biggest mistake men make today is acting like the woman is the prize. Nah, you are the prize. And if you're stepping up as a man, then she should be auditioning for a spot in your life, not the other way around. Too many of these so-called 50-50 relationships end up being 100-0 with the woman doing everything and carrying it all because the man never stepped up to lead. Tonight, I'm breaking down the top 5 questions men should be asking before you even take the woman out on the date. Let's get into this thing right now.
Pop it, smoke it, drink it down. With your boys, it got you around. Feel the vibe, we're set to roll. Let's play, let's lose control. Sip a drink and smoke will swirl. Join the convo around the world. Relationships we dissect slow. Current events, we let them flow.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you. Y'all know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm the real Cigar Jeff. Y'all do me a favor, man. Get below in the description. Support the channel. Get the merch. I got to make a plug before we get started because, again, I know once we get into this thing, it's going to get out of the way. But I got to make sure we plug that thing, guys. Y'all make sure we plug that thing. Y'all going on Amazon. It's going to be in the description. First cigar-based book by your boy right here. Ashes Between Us, Race Rules, and the Cigar Lounge Divide. Y'all don't want to miss how I break down what happens in the cigar lounge. If you're a smoker, even if you're not a smoker, I'm telling you right now, y'all don't want to miss this book. Appreciate y'all rocking with me on that. But go ahead and support the channel real fast. I got to get in here, introduce my panel real fast because I know y'all came for the meat. And I'm giving it to y'all tonight. And of course, TikTok, I got you over here. We coming over here to y'all for the after party. So y'all stay patient, rock with me, because that's when Rhonda Mauricio can really be turned loose. We doing our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch thing now. So we got to behave over here. But TikTok, the after party, is coming your way. I got to come to the new dog on the block. Let him introduce himself, tell y'all what he's sipping on tonight.
What's going on, guys? It's Mauricio. If you don't know who I am, you should know who I am. But I do got my box of tricks today. Some Yingling, Bongo Fizz, some mango beer.
Nice.
So I'll have a few on stream. You can find me at Mauricio on TikTok. The AI operators on all other platforms. We got to keep the message going. The men are the prize. So if you want me to set up some things, show you a little bit of tips for that, for you to recognize that, I'm your guy. Back to you, Jeff.
Appreciate you joining in. Y'all know it's been new life on the podcast since Mauricio came on, man. We can really get into this AI and technology thing. Y'all know who I got next, man. My A1.
Oh Lord.
She been a little late the last couple of weeks, but we charge it to her head and not her heart, man. She mean well. I'm gonna let her introduce herself, tell y'all what she's sipping on tonight, where y'all can find her on the socials.
Thanks, JB, for having me back. What's up, Mauricio? Tonight I am sipping on something simple. That's why I was like, my drink gonna be fast because whatever we about to do tonight. I'm sipping on some Lynchburg lemonade Jack Daniels that I had picked up from one of these grocery stores out here. And of course,
right there.
Because look, I gotta get y'all to recognize women are also the prize. And then I got my trusted water bottle.
Hold up.
But back to you, JB.
Rhonda said the woman is the prize, and I know a lot of y'all gonna get down. I wonder. I know a lot of y'all gonna try to. Let me just turn my volume up on TikTok, guys. I know a lot of y'all gonna say the woman is the prize, and I know that's what we've gotten into. But at the end of the day, guys, right? At the end of the day, we got to start recognizing that if we don't get the order right, ain't nothing else gonna be right. We working too hard in these relationships, and the reason we working too hard is because the man has a responsibility to step up and lead. Let me tell y'all guys, it's cuffing season, and the last thing you want to be is stuck in the cold months with a woman you can't even have a conversation with. Now,
Or a man.
say what, Ryan?
I said, or a man.
No. See y'all already acting up, ladies. Ladies, I need y'all.
I was told to take up for the ladies tonight. I was told by my people.
Okay.
I got the men out there. It's okay. I got you guys.
Fellas, we got you out here. These women, I understand why they are the way they are, right? And here's the deal, guys. A lot of y'all are the way y'all are because y'all have chosen wrong. You should not have to push, prod, or poke a man. That's the number one thing. So, fellas, y'all can get mad at me, but it ain't no such thing as 50-50, right? At the end of the day, you should be taking the lead on this thing. The woman is here for support, and the woman is here to help drive your vision to a higher level than you ever thought. Because once she listens to you, remember, guys, as Miles Monroe said back in the day, the woman is an incubator, right? She's an incubator. Anything you give her, it's going to grow. So if you give her nothing, there's nothing to grow. If you give her heartache going to get worse, right? If you give her responsibility, more and more responsibilities are going to come. And one of the things y'all got to understand is that's why it's important to know what you're dealing with. Now, again, guys, welcome back to the podcast. If this is your first time here, man, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we talk about relationships, leadership, and the real truth that the mainstream does not want you to hear. Man, if you've been rocking with me so far, hit that like button. Let's make sure this message get in front of the men who need it. Now, ladies, I can tell you, right? Look, I'm telling y'all right now, we about to get up into this thing because a lot of y'all already sensitive on this thing. Sometimes you just got to sit back and listen to the message and don't get caught up with your conditioning and the head trash that's been put there. We literally just talking about 5 questions. The man is the catch. If your man ain't a catch, he ain't gonna ask these questions. If you don't want a man that's the catch, these questions ain't gonna matter to you. Here's the truth, guys. A relationship is basically 2 people conversing, listening, and repeating that cycle for the rest of their life. If you can't hold a conversation with her beyond Netflix shows and Instagram likes, you don't have a foundation. So these 5 questions I'm about to give you aren't icebreakers. They're tests. They reveal whether she's serious, whether she's got depth, and whether she's worth your time as a man who's actually stepping up to lead. Now, Rhonda and Mauricio, let's go to Mauricio. When you first got the topic, tell me what's the first thing that went through your mind.
Man, the guys out here really don't be asking questions. They don't see what kind of values a woman has. They don't see what kind of alignment. They kind of just drift by. So a lot of guys aren't recognizing. They think, oh, just the looks. That's all a woman has. But they don't ask if she's anything of substance. Mm-hmm. Most women aren't. But if you want to qualify the ones that are, then
still about to get canceled.
then
I mean, really, like damn.
You gotta do your due diligence. So
okay.
So I figured the questions are very important. A lot of people are skipping the questions though, and that is resulting in a lot of conflict, not just in the relationship, but with men like me too. Because I got into a fight about this too. But we'll continue on. We'll talk about that later.
Rhonda, when you got the topic, what was on your mind? What did you think?
Well, can I start off by saying, look, words matter and tone matters, period. Like, I don't care who you're talking to, whether if men are the catch. Because it's one thing to be condescending, it's another thing to be respectful. And so, yeah, you could say that men are a catch, and some men are. But then you said something earlier in your intro about women, being supportive or however you put it. And it's like, but they do need to have something that drives them to do that. And the man sets the tone for that if you're dealing with the man. What I found out here in these streets is mostly boys that people are dealing with. So I think this podcast isn't as relevant as y'all think it is because most men are shallow in a lot of cases. And looks fade. But, it's just, hey, do your thing. But if you just want someone that is based on looks, I think that does grow old eventually. You're going to want something a little more solid. And they could look good, but they don't necessarily have to support you. But as long as you got some arm candy, for most boys, they'll be okay. Because at least she looks good. But
Okay.
no, you know what I said last week? I thought it was BS. That's what I thought. If you want to know, like I said that last week. I don't even know why we doing this, but here we
Okay.
go.
No, hey, Rhonda, that's why I appreciate the feedback. That's why I appreciate the feedback.
I said that last week.
Now, Rhonda, what are you on your phone for TikTok? Do
Yes.
you have
Hold on.
do you have your earpods in?
My AirPods go with my iPad,
With
and
your
I don't have
okay.
nothing for my phone. I don't have anything for my phone.
Okay. Turn the volume down
And
on
it,
your turn the
oh, it's
volume
all the
down.
way. No, it's all the way down.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah. Do I have feedback? Do I have feedback or something?
I got feedback on my end from you.
Oh, because it's clear on my end for both of you all.
Okay.
Do I need to turn down my AirPods?
Turn down the AirPods a little bit. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Mauricio, you hearing the echo with Rhonda when she talks?
Let me turn it up.
See, I just heard an echo with Mauricio.
Yeah, once
just
I turn
now, but before it wasn't. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get it right, y'all. We're gonna get it right. Appreciate y'all letting me know. We're gonna get it right.
Okay, how's that? Is that better?
We'll see. Mauricio,
Oh,
give me what you got, Mauricio. Do you hear?
I turned it back down because I didn't want it was going to start echoing again.
Okay. All right, because I can
see.
hear you.
Now I just started hearing the echo, but I didn't hear anything at first.
Okay, Mauricio, it might be you. Turn it back down, Mauricio.
It's back down.
Okay.
See, yeah, it went away just now when you said okay.
Okay. Mauricio, turn yours up just a little bit, not a whole lot, just so people can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now? I have it turned up a little bit.
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, let's get into this thing, guys. Let's get into this thing. Okay. So, question number 1, and I want everybody to hear this thing. I want everybody to hear this thing because, see, all y'all ladies get up in a tizzy when I try to tell y'all what these 5 questions are. And I just ask y'all to have an open mind what I'm trying to accomplish right here because these 5 questions are stacks. Okay. If you go work out, your pre-workout is going to be stacked. Okay. That's why they call it a pre-workout because you're taking stacks depending on the workout you're about to get into. First question. What is the proudest accomplishment on your resume? If she can't point to something she's truly proud of, something she's worked for, that's a red flag. You're looking for a woman with drive, not someone wanting for you to rescue her. And pay attention to how she answers. If it's shallow, if it's about clout or attention, she may not be ready to build. But if it's meaningful, education, career, family goals, now she's got substance. Mauricio, have you ever asked a woman what is her proudest accomplishment on her resume?
I'm not sure many can answer that. I'll at least the woman around me, but I definitely think that there are women that are like that do have things that they're working towards. It's just a matter of filtration. You got to filter all of it out.
Yep.
Like you said, it's all about substance. Sometimes if you're not asking those questions and that being one good question, there's not alignment. When I say substance, it's more so meaning that if you're a builder man, because we talk about provider men, people that think that they're the prize, or people that know that they're the prize, men that are building, if you have a woman that is chasing attention, is trying to get on the boats, will do anything for clout, that is misalignment. Mm-hmm. So that's a good filter question to see, okay, is she looking to build or is she looking to leech on?
Okay. Now, Rhonda, what do you think about that question? Is that a fair question to ask? What's the proudest accomplishment on your resume?
I mean, it's very clear this is a biased podcast tonight. So all I'm gonna say about that is, yeah, you could ask a woman about her proudest accomplishment, but I think it's coming from a double standard of things. So either you want this woman to be dumb with no brains, or you want her to be extremely smart, intelligent, and make sure she knows how to give head real good, or whatever the case may be. I don't know if there's any middle ground, because every woman's going to have their own accomplishments. But the reason why I say it's a double standard, because some women may be raised, some girls that turn to women may be raised to get this man. Isn't it something about in colleges, certain colleges, the rain by spring or something like that? So are they really there to have accomplishments other than getting someone that will take care of them? So I don't know. I just feel like either the woman has to be one or the other. It can't be both, or that she's even working towards anything. I think any woman that's loved correctly will help you build whatever you want to build.
Well, but see,
in
and
my
again,
humble
guys,
opinion.
see, I'm glad Rhonda giving y'all a perspective as a female. Now, why am I saying this to you guys?
A woman.
We limit.
I'm a woman.
I'm sorry, Rhonda.
I'm a woman.
I'm sorry. sorry.
I'm a woman.
My bad. Y'all see this, man. Y'all see what I got to deal with. My bad.
Yeah, tonight for sure.
Here's what I'm saying to you guys, right? Here's what I'm saying to you guys. And TikTok, remember, we coming over there for the after the show because it's gonna be crazy when we can really get into this. However, guys, we limit resumes to professional, but a resume is a life picture. It's a snapshot of life, right? So just because we've always limited resumes to professional, we never have a resume of personal and just a snapshot of what we've accomplished in all areas of life. Okay, that's why the first question I'm asking: what's the proudest moment on your resume? Right? We limited the professional, but there's some things you've achieved that other people didn't achieve. Right? I'm looking for what kind of struggle did you have coming up, and did you overcome it? Did you start on third base, or were you not even on the field and still got to? Because the fact that we are meeting in the same environment and that you even on the radar, there's something about you. I want to hear about that, because if you can point out your journey, now I realize if we got a connection, because a relationship is just a furtherance of the journey. Now there's somebody who's going to be walking with you. And I think a lot of people struggle, just like when they apply for a job. They spend time putting the resume together, but they can't interview well. So the reason why I'm telling y'all to ask these questions is because the moment she answers what's her proudest moment, my next question is, and this is not one of the 5, you want to break somebody down and really figure out what's happening, ask a follow-up question. Do y'all know how many people ain't prepared for a follow-up question? Oh, that's your proudest moment? Tell me why. Right? And now all of a sudden, guys, you're going to hear crickets. What you no, again, what
it depends on the environment. If you're in a room with solid women, come on now. If you're in a room with solid women, they will have the follow-up answer for your follow-up question.
And I hope y'all ladies hear what Rhonda's saying. I hope y'all hear what Rhonda's saying. If you're in the room with solid women, that's what we trying to get to. Rhonda making my point. If look, guys, if they ain't solid, they ain't gonna be able to answer this question, right? Mauricio, what do you think about that when you hear me say it?
Yeah, what was it that you said earlier, Rhonda? You said brain dead chickens. Yeah,
well, I did. Yeah, well, I didn't say
like
that.
Something along those lines.
Tone matters and words matter.
So if it's a brain dead chicken, I'm not saying woman or chicken, because I'm filtering myself a little bit on this because I'm trying not to be cutthroat. That's
just don't be disrespectful. Show. That's all.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
You just be like, we'll keep it classy for now. Do what you do on TikTok.
Absolutely. but if you're moving around, most accomplishments, most things that people are working towards are if they're not necessarily working towards something bigger than themselves, then they usually don't have anything to talk about. They might be able to talk about the latest Netflix show that came out, or did you see the Love Island episode? Did you but they can't speak from any of their own experiences because they're not in that type of frequency of energy. Okay. So if you have someone that's in that builder frequency of energy, they will be able to answer those questions for you.
Okay. Rhonda, jump in there. Let me know what you think about that.
Oh, my bad. I thought I did. But no, I'm just saying, I think I really believe it is the environment that you're in. If you're at a bar that may have a younger set of people where social media stuff may matter, but because social media is so strong across the board of all ages, because let's be real, you got all types of people on social media doing their thing and making their money. I think depending on where you are, you're going to meet different women at different levels. It's just what it is. I don't think that if you want to be in that environment where you're in the club all the time, but you're an older person hanging out with the younger people, that's going to make a difference. You probably will meet somebody who may or may not be able to answer that question. But then if you've had a woman that was a stay-at-home wife or mom all her life, and then she's in the club or at a jazz club or anything like that, she's still going to have a different life experience, not necessarily lesser than, but just a different one, because she didn't have to be in corporate America to go building career goals like what the men are out here doing. So that's why I said it's just kind of confusing. Either you want someone that knows something or you don't, based on where they are. But again, if I was getting trained to go to school to get a job and have a career, then that's what I did. But if I was trained in another environment to get the ring by spring, yeah, I had fun in college, but I really won't concentrating on landing this job because I'm supposed to be somebody's wife by the time I'm 23.
Yeah. And I think
I just think it's different.
That's where I'm going with this, guys. Remember, the top 5 questions you asked before going on a date. Now, if we talking about smashing and stuff like that, hey, that's different. That's a different podcast for a different day, right? So this is somebody
we should have been talking about that.
Spending your time with. And remember, guys, money can be replaced. Your time can't, right? So at the end of the day, notice none of these 5 questions are going to be tied to money and all. This is about a date. Remember what I said in the beginning, guys? It's cuffing season.
Yeah.
So this is somebody you're going to sit down and be having a conversation with. Let's get to number 2. Number 2, outside of church, what volunteer activities have you participated in and currently participating in? Outside of church, what volunteer activities have you participated in and are currently participating in? Church volunteering is great, but it's also common. You want to see if she has a heart for serving without the spotlight. Does she care about the community, kids, elderly, animals? A woman who can give her time and energy shows she understands sacrifice. And if she doesn't have an answer at all, well, she might not be ready to support you because she doesn't even know how to support others. Now, why am I saying this to you guys about volunteering? Because she ain't getting paid to volunteer. She ain't asking about 50-50 when she goes to volunteer. You know what she's asking? How can I help achieve this goal? That's what she's asking when she says, I'm going to volunteer, or she's trying to join an organization, or she's trying to do something that requires volunteer hours. But either way, she's doing it because she's trying to accomplish something, or she's doing it out of the kindness of her heart. I need to know what you're volunteering on. I need to know what you will do for free, so I will know how you can support me. Mauricio, when you hear that question, what do you think?
I want to hear this.
We talking about good girls. We're talking about girls that are volunteering because of community service. We gotta figure that out. We gotta figure that one out.
Oh my goodness!
But yeah, it helps kind of determine interests. Like you said, if you have someone that I volunteer at this animal shelter and I rescue animals, it kind of shows kind of traits that woman potentially has, which is caring for something, other than herself. And then you take women too that are like, hey, like even professions, I would say, even you meet a nanny or something and she's there and she's like, oh, these kids are my whole life. It kind of shows good qualities that you can kind of filter through. But if you don't have any of that, then it's kind of like, then there's the follow-up question is, then what is it that you do that's purposeful? And that's probably not part of the 5, but that'd be my follow-up question.
Yeah. See, guys, do y'all see what happens is your answer, you got to think about these things and then be ready for a follow-up question. Rhonda, what do you think about the volunteer question?
Well, first I was like, church who? Right? Because we know you've done podcasts though, but you've done podcasts though on the decline in church and all this kind of stuff. So even that question, it may be better for it to be like straight up, like do you volunteer? Do you give back? Do you have certain qualities? Like, because to be honest, if most people have pets, and people love them doggone pets now. I don't care what nobody say.
Yes.
You could just see how if they do have a pet, especially if it's a dog or a cat, but in this day and age, it could be anything, like people with bird feeders. They can let you know how much they love.
That's what I said. Hey, y'all see my live bird feeder every day. Rhonda going there tonight, guys. Rhonda going there tonight.
But it lets you know how much they care about others, and more importantly, things outside of human life. It lets you know. So I think that's a good indicator if someone has a pet. But if they don't have a pet, how are they around your pet or other people's pets? So I don't know how much volunteering in the community you have to do. Like I have a client who does Meals on Wheels. But she also worked. But even after she retired, she continued to do that. But I'm like, that's such a that's such a good one because most elderly can't get out, like, and get their food and stuff like that. So if you met somebody that was what we used to have, candy stripers or something, that like where teenagers volunteered at churches and things like that.
Yep.
Yeah, early on it's from your parents making you do something, but then
Yes.
some things stick with you. Some things stick with you so that you continue it on in adulthood. So, but I think that's a great question. What's
And
like
guys,
how
that's all I'm
Mauricio
trying
put
to
it?
tell you, right?
What's your purpose?
Yeah, but because if you volunteering, that definitely, like Mauricio said, like Rhonda just said, okay, you working on something bigger than you if you volunteering. I ain't talking about the church stuff because that's out of obligation, that's tradition, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Volunteering means this is something that's based on where I am now. It's a part of the journey. It's something I got a heart for, right? And to be honest, guys, I'm just trying to see. And guys, let me tell you all this, with social media, a lot of people just hit Give, Send, Go or hit GoFundMe. They just donate the money now. They not volunteering with anything. Again, your time is your most important asset. So I need to know, what are you doing that you don't get paid for, but it's a part of your larger purpose. Guys, we're going to keep this train moving because TikTok, when we come over here to this after party, I'm telling you guys, it's going to be crazy. Number 3, and y'all got to understand now, none of this is based on physical. See, what a lot of people got to understand, if we take the physical component out, not he fine or she fine, all this kind of stuff, if we now are sitting here saying, okay, let's get down to the meat and potatoes and the substance of this thing, this one is number 3, but I should have asked it as number 1. Who is your mentor and why? This one is powerful. If she doesn't have a mentor, she may not be open to accountability. A mentor shows she's willing to learn, most importantly, be corrected, and she's committed to growth. And listen carefully to the why. Is it because they push her, because they inspire her, or because they hold her accountable? That tells you if she respects guidance, which is key if you're stepping into the role of leader in this relationship. Guys, I got to tell you, ask most women who their mentor is. And guys, you probably not going to like the answer. You probably not going to like the answer because more than likely their mentor is an older version of what they currently are. Which means now you know what you stuck with. Right? Her mentor or their mentor should be a version that they're working toward that you don't currently see, but I'm seeing what you're working toward. Mauricio, how many women have you asked? Who's your mentor?
Lord. Mauricio got other questions.
You got me there. Most women mentors are the influencers on social media, telling them that men are anything and go out and go live your life. So when that content is broadcast all the time, and that speaks to the social media addiction, where they don't have a physical person they look up to. It's more influencer sort of marketing, and whatever that influencer does, whatever that influencer buys, they want to copy and replicate that same exact lifestyle.
Yes.
So if you see that, you see your girl on those. You don't want to see your girl's TikTok. That's all I'm saying. Don't go through her For You page. If you see what she's looking at, you will know.
Hold on, Mauricio. Repeat that. Don't do what with her TikTok?
Don't go through her For You page. And don't go through her reposts either.
Hey, all y'all young folks, all us old school people, hey, look, we ain't know that.
No, I'm like, where is that now? But yeah.
Absolutely. Rhonda, jump in there, let her know what you think about the mentor question.
No. But yeah, I think social media is a lot of people's mentors. Me personally, I have a few different ones for different areas of my life. It just depends on who it is. But that's why I think Gen X has such like a good little of both worlds, right? We knew how to do stuff without phones and social media for a long time, but we also see how influential social media is and how it can help you with certain things. But at the same time, it's yeah, man, it's real out here that a screen can keep you consumed for 8 or more hours in a day. And that's your whole life. And you take it back to when TikTok got shut down for them hours, however many hours it was. Like, but I also get that some people have their businesses. A lot of people have their businesses on certain platforms. So it's like, well, dang, you kind of are going to have people that's going to be your mentor if you want to be an influencer. But I don't know how solid that is as far as giving you some the connection that you need to move about your relationships properly.
And that's where, and that's, I'm glad Rhonda brought it up. Mauricio, I'm glad you brought it up. Because one of the things we struggle with, guys, is Mauricio made the point that if they're on TikTok, a lot of people going, when you ask them the mentor question, a lot of the younger people are going to say, I follow this person. A mentor is somebody you know you got their number. When you call them, they going to pick up. And if they don't pick up, they going to hit you and say, look, let me hit you right back. That's what a mentor is, a human person that you have a legit access to. Okay.
Yeah.
So when I ask people, and guys, guess what? These are just regular questions that you get asked in business. A relationship is the number one business you ever gonna enter into, and you don't know who this person's mentor is. And guess what? A mentor ain't somebody related to you. That's the hope. A mentor has to be somebody that you have seen outside of a comfort zone. That's why a mentor can't be somebody you know. A mentor has to be.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question real quick? And I want to ask it to Mauricio. Mauricio, since you know, no, seriously, like with you knowing AI so well, is it known that people use that as their mentors? Have you ever heard of that snenario?
Ooh, yes, actually, yes. People turning AI to their life coach.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because you'll see that all the time. People giving out prompts too, where it's like, oh, like tell AI your vision, fill in these questions, give it to AI, and then have AI serve as your life coach, so you don't have to go physically interact with someone, and you have that, I guess, that mentor relationship 24/7. You have your consultant.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
See, that's a good question. Because here's what's happening. People are being replaced every day, right? People are being replaced every day, but your relationship is something that you got to interact with another human. So you cannot, all AI can do is help us be better communicators. They can't help be a replacement in a relationship. Now, they can wipe out a whole floor in business, right? But in a relationship, y'all in this thing, and there ain't nothing. You ain't going to put up your phone at a restaurant and have dinner with yourself and have dinner with chat, right? You ain't going to do that.
I don't know.
Now, is it possible some people will? For the sake of this podcast, for the sake of this podcast. And I'm telling y'all right now, I will. If I've been in interviews with people, and when I ask people who their mentor is, they've lost a job once they give me the answer. Because let me tell you what it's. Well, I really don't have anybody like that. But okay, no. Because when you go home and complain about this job, or when you go home and brag about this job, whoever that mentor is can determine whether you gonna quit or whether you gonna grow. That's the whole point. That's why it can't be nobody related to you. Because if it's somebody related to you, they want to keep you where you were. But if it's somebody who you've met and that understand where you're going, and they lead you and they guide you for free because they enjoy being a mentor and they see you taking their advice, everything changes, guys. Everything changes. Now, let's get into number 4. I got to get over here to TikTok. I'm ready to get over here to TikTok. And notice, y'all, we ain't asking no questions like what's your credit score and all that. We ain't asking nothing invasive. None of this stuff is invasive. We ain't asking your body count. We ain't asking none of that for the purpose of the official podcast.
We're gonna say that for the after show.
Yeah. Y'all might get to that, but if they don't get through these 5 questions, I don't care about that stuff. Right? Now, let's get to number 4. Rhonda, I think this one gonna piss the ladies off, because what they're seeing is that I'm using a science in my approach to putting the man back as the catch. See, if a man talks like this, she ain't sat down with men like this. This is the whole point, right? First thing a cobra does, cobra gonna spit on you to stun you. And once they stun you, they got you.
So you about to spit on us. What you about to say?
No, what I'm telling you is I lead with purpose. Right? So what's the number 4 question? What was the last book you read, and what lesson did you get from it? Books reveal the mindset. If she's reading nothing but gossip or surface level stuff, that's all she's feeding herself. But if she's reading books on growth, finance, spirituality, leadership, you've got someone feeding her mind, not just scrolling social media all day. Her answer will show you whether she's a consumer or whether she's a builder. Right? See, at the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day, everybody in charge got a gatekeeper. And typically that gatekeeper is a female. And that female is a reflection of the decision maker. They know, man, you ain't you wasting his time. He ain't gonna see you. He don't want that. Go if you've ever had to call on a decision maker, every decision maker got a gatekeeper. You can't just get to the decision maker. Man, unless you hanging out where he hang out at. But that, that's a whole game of chance. But what's the last book you read, or what book are you currently reading? Mauricio, what do you think about that question?
Well, it's funny because sometimes I hang out at Cigar Lounge and I interact with the woman out there, and and every time, sometimes they're having their drink and all they're reading is smut. I didn't even know what that word meant until they told me, but a lot of girls there were reading smut. And then you go to their Instagram and all you see is thirst traps. Then I have met other women who say, oh, the last thing I read was Rich Dad Poor Dad, or I'm reading this book about psychology. And then they turn to me for guidance because they see me in a position that they think is a little bit higher than theirs. Yep. And they're like, let me ask him. I want to grow too, but I also want to help you grow because I'm picking up this information from that book. So you can really kind of filter out depending on their book. If you got someone that reads smut, then hey, maybe not a long-term fit.
Yep. Okay. Rhonda, what do you think about that question?
Ladies, if y'all don't get out here and scoop Mauricio up out of these streets, go and scoop him up. Let him do what he do. Go and scoop him up.
You don't want me. No. You don't want me.
He toxic, Rhonda. He toxic. He told you that.
That's I know. So this right here, I'm like, oh yeah, people go eat that up. So people go eat that up. But no, seriously, what people read, because I had to, because of what I do, I would only basically read stuff that pertains to that, so I could get better at what I do, so I could keep my people coming back. Yep. But there is always a time where you have to expand and read your personal development or what have you. Your, like you said, your financial books and all that kind of stuff, or just making sure that you got your house in order with having to see how responsible you are. Like not only with what you put into your mind, but do you have your house affairs in order and make sure everything is good and all of that. So I think all of that encompasses what I would think any man would want from a woman's perspective. But the minute you find out some people don't know what certain words mean, that is very unattractive, or they not, they're not as fluent as you are with certain things. And it's one thing to not know something, right? Because I think it's a lot of people out here that's financially illiterate. So I don't know how that would do with Mauricio, right? And Jeff, with you're out here with your hands in so many pots, doing so many things with your expertise at different stuff. And then you may run across somebody in a setting that you're like, well, dang, they don't know. But if they come to you from a standpoint, oh, I need help understanding this, is that more approachable? Like, is that more digestible for men, though? Like, if a woman is truly interested in learning about something that they haven't learned about, but from you, that you do well.
Well, it's Ronnie. That's a good question, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you giving that feedback. One of the things y'all going to find is this: I'm not looking for somebody who's willing to learn. Right? I need you to be. This plane flying. This plane ain't trying to take off. This plane is flying. Right. And look, that's not me trying to brag or anything like that. I don't have time to teach anymore. So I'm looking to see, when you see that I'm dealing with something, are you going to help me get through it? Or are you going to try to pull me from it, which is the worst thing you can do? Okay. So I got to keep going forward. So if you don't understand my language, let me give y'all what we got taught in sales, because I hope this makes sense to y'all. When we realize the prospect is not, when you get taught how to deal with prospects, this is one of the first things you learn. If I find out that Mauricio speaks Spanish, y'all know what Americans do when they find out somebody speaks Spanish? We speak louder and slower.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
the worst thing you can do is find somebody who talk a different language and you start talking louder and slower instead of saying, okay, that's disqualifying, I gotta go. Right? So just because you in my environment don't mean you speak my language. So the reason why y'all got to remember, this is the man who is a catch. This ain't every man, right? So what a lot of people try to do is they do this thing called fake it till you make it. Well, you can fake it until somebody asks you a follow-up. So if you tell me you've read Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, if I come with a follow-up, or if you told me you've read Who Moved My Cheese, if I come with a follow-up, Who Three Mice, you should be able to answer that right then, right? One of the things that happens, guys, is that if you are a catch, you don't have time to teach. Okay? This is why women who are going to achieve this level, they have been trained to be able to do this. And that's the hardest part. That's why I said, man, you are the catch if you can even answer these questions for yourself first, right? This is the whole point. In a relationship, do you help me want to be better? Or do you say, Dag, Jeff, you've made it, let's stop? Because once I stop, I'm going backwards. Because if you're not growing, you're dying. And Mauricio knows this in his daytime business. New business is the lifeblood of any company. If you ain't accomplishing new, you lose. Mauricio, what do you think about that answer?
New prospects are always better than the old. And old prospects always come back around.
Yes.
And that's in business, and that's also in relationships. You let go of someone, 3 years down the line.
Yeah.
Hey, I was thinking about you. Were you thinking about me? That's how it goes in all aspects of life. So you should always be looking for the new, because the old will always return. Yeah. With more money, more love, whatever it is.
Guys, I gotta keep growing, because if I'm not growing, who's attracted to somebody who's not growing? Who's attracted to somebody who's not growing? Every time you talk to me, I'm gonna be doing something new. Every time you talk to me, and the moment I stop doing something new, somebody go ahead and call Betty Grace. Cut time, take me out of here. Go ahead and put on my best suit. Put on my best suit. Don't throw me in the casket. Take me to Crestview. Right? My point to you guys is, if a man is not growing, he's not a catch. Okay? A lot of people, when they hear my titles, they think I'm going to bash women. I'm not bashing women, because women aren't the problem. Women are the amplifier. Women are the incubator. What happens when you don't give them something to support, and you don't give them something that they can see? Oh, I see where he's going. So, Rhonda, I appreciate that question, but if you open to learning, you ain't the right one for me. Because again, I ain't in that position no more anyway. But my point to you is, if you got to figure out what I'm doing, I just mentioned, y'all go study the gatekeeper of a person who's in charge. That gatekeeper already know. The gatekeeper one step ahead. He ain't got to ask the gatekeeper nothing. And what the relationship is, this woman is the gatekeeper, protecting distractions from stopping your growth. What do you think about that, Mauricio? And then, Rhonda, I want your thoughts.
Oh, yeah. I think I think the wrong woman anchors you back to the place that she found you. So if you're trying to soar, you can't. Sometimes you have to let go of dead weight. As hard as it is, because sometimes it is hard. Sometimes you do have those emotional ties, but sometimes you do have to let it go, and just to get to your next level. If not, you're going to stay stagnant. And it's known for a lot of guys. I talk to a lot of guys my age. They stay with a woman, and 5 years later, they have no money to their name, no savings, nothing to show for it. Mm-hmm. When all that whole time they had those goals and aspirations, and they had the wrong woman telling in their ears saying, man, that's never going to work.
Yep.
And because you let dreams die that way. So
yeah. Rhonda, what's your thoughts, Rhonda?
Well, to that scenario there, I think too, there are some women who could be, or females that could be discouraging to their significant other. But I also think too, there may be some women that see certain things in you, whether you're not consistent, whether you're not being diligent with what you said you were going to do. Mm-hmm, right. And so I think it can work both. I think it can work both ways. When you see that woman, when you see that woman pouring into that man and letting him know he can do anything, and Like I was at our family reunion this weekend, and we were just playing games. And that woman said, "Don't you do that to my husband?" And she wasn't part of our family, but it was just cool to see that love like that. Like she was gonna protect her
Yeah.
man no matter what. So what it was a streamer. They were just trying to unroll a streamer. It still was don't mess with my baby, my honey, my whoever. So it was good to see that, right? But at the same time, they've been together for a long time. But I can only imagine having a female in the house because I think it's females that do that. I don't think women do that type of stuff, but females who may not know where their man is supposed to be going or know what his vision or goal is.
Yep.
I think if they don't understand his vision, you're gonna have somebody that's gonna tell you, you know, or did they have someone who raised them because that's what they saw in their household, and let me do that to my man because that's what my mama did to the men in her life.
Yeah. And guys, both of y'all are making good points. And I'm just telling men right now, this is to go on a date with you. Okay? This is to go on a date with you. This is just the entry level questions. Right? When y'all go on the date, I ain't even gonna tell y'all when we're gonna do part 2. That now she done made it through this. Now how to do the date.
She ain't gonna make it. She ain't gonna make it.
Yes, she will. Rhonda, let me tell you this.
I'm just playing. Women,
I believe there's a lot of
will.
women who will make it through this.
Won't.
I believe it's a lot of women that will make it through this.
Women for sure. I don't know about females.
Rhonda, let me say this to you, and I hope I don't get in trouble with some of y'all people out here that are in traditional relationships. The work wife already doing it. The work wife has already answered these 5 questions. See, one of the things that's happening, y'all out here, I want him to have a good job, and he better do this, he better do that. Work wife done already replaced you, bro. The work wife has replaced you. And that's why y'all don't understand that if you're not using the principles that your job gave you, that additional training that your job gave you, the work wife is, the work husband is. That like that. So I ain't even got the number 5, and I done gave y'all the damn connection. The work wife and work husband already know the answer to these. That's why the affairs happen in the workplace. Okay? That's what I'm saying to you. Rhonda, there are plenty of women out here who are work wife already.
Okay, so Mauricio is in the workplace.
That's Mauricio.
I'm just playing.
I'm in my car riding around all day.
He was shaking his head. Yes, I'm like, oh, okay.
My bartenders know the answers to those questions. The bartenders actually know the answers to that questions. But
yeah. Yes.
But I bet you probably have seen workplace relationships in your field where you are. Probably.
I've experienced them over the years. I know what it is. I feel like I'm a master at that.
Yeah. Look, Mauricio telling y'all guys. Let me tell y'all something, man. This is for all y'all out here who shut off when you leave your job, who turn down that promotion opportunity, who say, I just want to be able to do my job and go home. That work wife and work husband is showing that person, right? And that's why your man or your girl is rushing to work and don't want to come home when they could easily come home early. All these questions are the conversations that work wives and work husbands talk. But then people wonder, why don't he want to come home and talk to me? So he can get yelled at, right? So he can change diapers, so he can take the trash out, so he can do all this stuff. He's the catch at work. Your man is the catch at work, and every time he walks through them doors, those women are. Can I get you anything, Mauricio? You want coffee, Mauricio? Say what, Ron?
Oh, no, I just said yes. That's all.
Can I get you anything, Mauricio? Where you gonna go to lunch at, Mauricio? You gonna be on the podcast tonight, Mauricio? Right? Meanwhile, the girl at home,
I'll feed you, Mauricio.
Yeah.
Let me blow on your tooth.
The girl at home said, you got to do that podcast. Is that all you care about? Y'all better understand. That's what's gonna get me to number 5. That's what's gonna get me to number 5. I want to hurry and get out of here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, so we can come over here to TikTok and have that real conversation. Number 5. What couple, celebrity or real, do you see as a relationship goal and why? This one is underrated because if she says Beyonce and Jay-Z, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, ask her why. If she says Barack and Michelle, ask her why. If she says her grandparents, now you're really in trouble. The why is everything. Does she admire longevity, respect, partnership, or is it just about fame and money? Her vision of a goal couple tells you what she'll expect from you in the relationship. Now, why did I put this in here, guys? Do y'all realize when a lot of these women are watching social media, the first thing they say is couple goals, then they start sending you reels about what they want to do? Right? Now, here's the good thing. Those couples being paid to be there because these couples aren't in a relationship. These couples are in a business. And those where you see them enjoying life at, those companies paid them to be there. We got to pay, right? We got to pay to go, but those companies are paying them. Why? Because these couples can answer the 4 questions, the 5 questions. Mauricio, what do you think about that question?
That's a very underrated question. I think about people talk about it all the time. Even the Twitch streamers are now faking relationships or doing these e-dates and where they meet up over camera and just pretend to like each other, or maybe they do like each other, but a lot of people seem to be divided about that whole thing. But a lot of the relationships that people look up to, like, they don't know the ins and outs of their relationship. They only know what the public eye lets them know. And they only know what the public eye lets them know. And like Jeff said, they're getting paid to be at these places, and we're we're having to go spend money out of our own pockets to do those same things. To replicate something that
that's a business.
That's a business. Yeah,
it's not some fairy tale. When you go to these places, you paying retail price. These people being paid to be there. Sydney Sweeney don't pay for her jeans, but I got to pay for my jeans. Why? Because we're not thinking about building a brand. We're trying to have some tradition that was a lie anyway. Jump in there, Rhonda. Let me know what you think. And Snack Cake, thank you for sharing live on TikTok. Go ahead, Rhonda. Jump in there. Let me know what you think.
But like, again, social media has made it to where you got these unrealistic standards of relationships, and then to find out that they're not even real. Like Mauricio was saying, how the e-dates and all the things he was naming. And I think some people don't know what to do other than to emulate what's on social media, because real life is so messed up. Real life is so messed up. So let me go over here and enjoy what these people are doing. Let me act like I'm them. Let me go to this restaurant and go home broke or whatever the case may be. But at least they did it. At least they did it for the gram. At least they did it for whatever, for whatever reason. I just think a lot of relationships can be shallow when they don't need to be shallow. But I also think people are scared to be real and have the real conversation about how relationships are. And we really are in this as you say, the woman to amplify her man and all that kind of stuff. So I think it just depends on what someone is actually looking for. Is it for show or if it's for real? And those are 2 different things that you will follow as that pertains to all these other 4 questions that you asked.
And Ron, I'm glad, but Ron, I'm glad you said what you said. Mauricio, I'm glad you said what you said. Guys, the couple goal answer should be me and you. That's my couple goal. Me and you.
Now you know.
See, one of the things y'all got to understand. Y'all remember now, if I'm the catch,
not Mary and Joseph, not
Mary and Joseph. No, because somebody else got her pregnant. My point to you is, right? Right, guys. The answer should be me and you, because if I'm the catch and I'm trying to consider you for a date, at the end of the day, the couple goal is you and me. See, because once we start bringing in external, competitors, now we forget about the 2 of us. And a lot of people don't understand this. And the reason why I'm doing this podcast here, we've made relationships too hard. I can go get a job tomorrow, and as soon as I walk in there, that company got a plan laid out for me to work, got a job description laid out for me, tell me where to go, and I don't even question it, right? So my point to you is, where's the structure in your relationship? Y'all understand, if you've been reading personal development books, Mauricio know this, it's you versus you. It's you versus you. And so the relationship goal, remember guys, you are the catch. So her answer has to be me and you. That's the couple goal. Because once you get with me, the plane goes from 30,000 feet cruising to 40,000 feet cruising. And matter of fact, we're going to switch it out and it's going to become a private jet. Right? Because we don't want to go through that hassle that everybody else goes through to fly. And I think a lot of people struggle because when I ask about relationship goals, Everybody always points out to some celebrity or something they see on an image, right? On an image. And I can create an image. But the one reason that I've learned that relationships fail is people get tired of dealing with the image. Eventually, you're going to get tired of dealing with the image.
Yeah.
That's why I call myself the real cigar Jeff, man. I'm just a simple guy. Man. I walked out of the house this morning. I said, damn, my ankles ashy as hell. How the hell I missed that spot on my ankles? Guess what, Ron? Had to come back home, man. Had to grease them ankles up. Okay, you can't. Where I'm
Plus,
going,
your wife would have noticed. Your wife would have noticed. Your wife would have noticed.
Yeah, but look,
I know you ain't going nowhere with those.
Now she would have told me, but sometimes I get out of the house and people don't see me. So my point to you guys is, when you look at relationship goals, the answer has to be you and them. Because if you look at the work wife and the work husband, the only thing that exists in the work wife and work husband role is them. They don't even notice other people around because they in there, but work getting done, projects getting accomplished. They ain't slipping on tasks. That's what I'm telling y'all. So
they get promoted.
Look, that's the whole point. You go to the Christmas party and you mad that some woman knows your man better than you know him, but you don't want to talk about work because you competing against work. Meanwhile, the thing he's the best at, you don't want to deal with. Oh no, come in here and take care of these kids. Your family is most important. Man, forget all that, bro. I'm going back to work. Hey, what you need, Mauricio? What you need, Mauricio? Can I bring you Mauricio? You want 3 pumps of vanilla?
Why he laughing like that's for real? He laughing like that's how it really happened.
Hey,
like,
and guess what, guys?
I can disclose. I have an NDA. I can't disclose that.
Don't incriminate yourself. Don't incriminate.
Look, let me tell y'all something. The work wife is there, and the work wife got a man too. The work wife got a man. That's the sad part about it. The work wife got a man, but the man is not a catch. The man at work is, because when she goes to work, she can see the potential of the man. She can see where the man is going. When they get home, you can't see it. Why? We just sitting at home doing nothing. So, fellas, the point of these questions isn't to interrogate, it's to protect your time, your energy, and your future. You are the catch. But that means you have to step up, lead, and ask the right questions from day one. Don't wait until 6 months in to figure out she's not built for you. Know before the first date whether she's worth investing in. So those are the top 5 questions men should be asking before agreeing to go on a date. Now, I want to hear from y'all. Ladies, how would you answer these? Fellas, what's the one question you always ask before taking someone out? Drop it in the comments. If this hit home for you, man, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share with a brother who needs to hear it before cuffing season starts. I want to thank my esteemed panel before we go over here to TikTok for this after party and really get into this thing. Y'all start running it up on TikTok, man. Hit that like button. Give me some of them hearts up there. Throw some of them things our way, because we coming over here in about 10 seconds. Want to thank my esteemed panel. Mauricio, let them know where they can find you on the socials.
You can find me at Mauricio on TikTok. You can find me at the AI Operators on all platforms, including TikTok. And this was a filtered take. So if you want the unfiltered, you need to join the TikTok community. Come see me, Jeff, and Rhonda, where we let our guards down, and you can actually hear the full truth.
Yes.
Unfiltered.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you joining in, Rhonda.
Yes.
Let them know where they can find you on the socials as we get ready to come over here to TikTok.
On Instagram at RNBLNBT. Yeah, it's time to let Mauricio loose on this TikTok live. I'm ready for it now. Yes.
Man, and of course, y'all know I'm the real cigar Jeff. Get down in the description, support the channel, get the merch, follow me on all the socials. Of course, pick up your digital copy of Ashes Between Us, man. And until next time, and unless you coming on over here to TikTok, man, we will see y'all next time. Make it a great week, and we gon' holla.
Pop it, smoke it, drink it down. With your boys, it got Jeff around. Feel the vibe, we're set to roll. Let's play, let's lose control. Sip a drink and smoke will swirl. Join the convo around the world. Relationships we dissect slow. Current events, we let them flow.